This week marks the unofficial end to the first quarter 2024 earnings season with results from two major retailers. I believe that businesses are a key barometer for the nation's economic health, which is why I pay so much attention to earnings season. Here are the biggest takeaways. Mega cap tech continues to drive earnings. Microsoft, Apple, Google, Meta, Amazon, Nvidia. The composite of Magman's earnings is on pace to climb over 50% year over year. Compare that to the other 494 stocks in the S&P 500, which have roughly flat earnings growth year over year. This is the fifth consecutive quarter that Magman's earnings have outpaced the rest of the index. Business Capex spending is on the rise. Early gains in the bull market in late 2022 and 2023 were driven by businesses being rewarded for pivoting to contain costs amid an uncertain economic environment. Nearly 1.5 years later, businesses are pivoting again, shifting from cost containment to investing in growth areas like AI and cloud computing to support their businesses. This is contributing to CEOs becoming more optimistic about the state of the economy. In fact, the Conference Board's CEO Confidence Survey moved back into expansionary territory in the first quarter for the first time in 2 years. Consumers are becoming more discerning. Despite ongoing concerns of consumer fatigue, a big takeaway this earnings season is that consumers remain healthy and resilient. This was highlighted by some bank and credit card companies, which reported that loan loss reserves, the amount they set aside to cover uncollectible debts, remained stable and even decelerated last quarter. And delinquency rates remain well below historical averages. And finally, earnings growth is on a solid uptrend. Earnings growth has remained positive for 3 consecutive quarters, with the first quarter of 24 on pace for a 6% year-over-year gain. The healthy macro backdrop and optimistic comments about the resilient consumer and business spending suggest forward-looking earnings should remain on an uptrend in the coming quarters. Consensus estimates reflect double-digit earnings gains in 2 of the next 3 quarters. More important, earnings growth is expected to broaden with the other 494 stocks in the S&P 500 catching up and perhaps outpacing Magman's earnings later this year.